a lot of three-point attempts, but you guys can make the game look easy sometimes. When it's not coming that easy, what kind of extra gear do you have to reach to stay in the game and then finish it off?
Really no extra gear. I think we just have to, lock in on the things that we can control. And on the defensive end, that effort has to be there, the commitment on that end. And Milwaukee did a good job in, challenging our threes. And sometimes offensively that's going to happen.
Al, we talk about your development as a three-point shooter over the years. But this year, you seem to have taken it to like a different level. You're super aggressive. The shot's getting off a little bit quicker, and you're taking them like that transition three you hit at the end. What is it about this year? Is it just team philosophy? Like, what is it about you just taking it to that?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both. I think it's, obviously has to do with, how Joe wants us to play. And then at the same time, I continue to transition to work more and more on three-point shots. As opposed to in the past, I was doing still a little post-up, still something, but it's almost exclusively all I'm working is behind the three-point line. So I just think there's more confidence in it right now.
When a game is that physical, like, is there an adjustment period or like, the refs are letting us play, like, and kind of do you enjoy that throughout the night?
Yeah, it's great. Two really good teams, and not all games are the same in the regular season, and this one there was a little more to it, and I was happy that they let us play.
What is it about this matchup in particular that brings out the edge in you?
It's just competing. I mean, we just love to compete, and they have guys over there obviously that they love to compete as well. So it's always fun when you get to go against Milwaukee.
The challenge that when the ball went off Giannis, I know sometimes you guys try to convince Joe, and you might be right, might be wrong. Were you convinced the ball?
Yeah, I was convinced because I was right there on the play. Ben, the ref, thought that I hit it, but I mean, when it happened, I clearly saw hit off Giannis. That's why I was so confident. Sometimes when those challenges, at least me personally, I'm always hesitant to kind of, to your point, to go in. But in that one, I knew. And I'm glad that we were able to get that angle, and because sometimes you can't see a clear view of it. But I was confident it was off Giannis.
You guys have played them 3 times in like the last 5 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, you won't play them again until maybe the playoffs. They want what you have. They're trying to get to your level. What's that like when you're facing a team? I mean, they're a bunch of veterans. They've won a title, but they're trying to get back. But you're being chased. What is that like?
I think for us, it's our responsibility that we carry. We always want to play high-level basketball, and for them, obviously, a lot of teams want to be in this type of position, and they're competitors, and they want to get to this point, and they're playing better basketball. But I would just say that for us, it's a sign of respect, and it's something that that we fight really hard to keep here, that kind of environment.
You've obviously got your kids around a bunch. I don't know if you noticed, but your wife certainly got into the game. It looked like there in the third quarter when Giannis was at the line. Having your family around like that and part of all this, how much energy does that give you, obviously, as you're in year 17 or 18?
Yeah, no, I really enjoy it. For my wife to to kind of be there, kind of rooting me on, giving me that little extra energy. It's good, and then having our kids there, I just enjoy seeing them. Just being there and getting to experience this type of life, and it reminds me of when I was younger. I mean, it was different, but watching my dad a little bit, playing DR and stuff like that, and I look at them, and it's kind of like the same thing. So for me, it's pretty special to.
And you mentioned the amount of competition that's involved in both locker rooms, but there's also a lot of history. Drew was obviously there.
Yeah.
You guys have played a bunch in the playoffs. Like, does it feel different playing against these guys than it does a lot of other teams because
Yes.
of the amount of history you guys have?
Yes, no question. There are certain teams that it just does, and we've been since JT's rookie year. We went to 7 against those guys, and then year after year, it's like we just both teams have had a lot of success in the East, and it is different. Every time you play them, that's the reality.
Al, did you ask your wife if the ball went off Giannis?
I think I was trying to stall the ref, and I asked her if she was okay, and she had the ball, and she said she was fine. But I was just trying to stall there at that point to hopefully get the call changed.
So it wasn't what she saw. You were you were seeing if she was okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jason had 14 points in the fourth quarter, but 3 huge assists as well. How great was he in those moments?
Great. Great poised. Those moments are difficult. There's a lot going on. The intensity defensively, we played good defense, but they played really good defense down the stretch too. So I just think that him, reading when to go score, when to pass the ball. I mean, he continues to do that very well for us, and that was key for us to get this one.
And then Marcus Smart likely returns. Can I ask you about Marcus?
Sure, go ahead.
Returning tomorrow night, hopefully playing against you guys for the first time. What are you expecting from that?
Yeah, just excited. Just excited to see Marcus. Besides the basketball stuff, it's just getting to see him, see how he's doing. Getting to catch up, and we'll see if he plays.